Hello students, today we will discuss about factors affecting adsorption. Before discussing about this topic, we will see about one important term, extent of adsorption. Here, assume adsorbent. These are adsorbate molecules over adsorbent surface. Adsorbate. Let us assume definite a certain mass of adsorbate over a definite amount of adsorbent. Now, we'll see extent of adsorption. Extent of adsorption, which is denoted by x by m. X by m. Where x is mass of adsorbate, whereas m is mass of adsorbent. For unit mass of adsorbent, 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 m is equal to 1, x divided by 1. Therefore, x, which is equal to x. So, extent of adsorption is mass of adsorbate when mass of adsorbent is unity. In another words, it is mass of adsorbate, adsorbed on unit mass of adsorbent on unit mass of adsorbent. This is the definition for extent of adsorption. Mass of adsorbate adsorbed on unit mass of adsorbent. Amount of adsorption usually expressed in terms of extent of adsorption. Now we will see factors. First factor is nature of adsorbent. Same gas adsorbed in different amounts on different adsorbent surfaces on different adsorbent surfaces. Example, hydrogen gas adsorbed more on nickel surface than iron. Here, amount of adsorption varies with the nature of metal surface. Here, amount of adsorption varies with the nature of adsorbent surface. This is the first one. Next factor, surface area adsorbent. Okay, this is metal surface. These are the free valencies on the surface. Adsorbent molecules are adsorbed adsorbed molecules are connected with these free valencies and sticks to the metal surface. So where free valencies are there only adsorbed molecules are sticking over metal surface. Hence these free valencies are also called as binding sites. Binding sites. These are responsible for adsorption over metal surface. Okay. Altogether, 8 free valencies are there. Now, this are break down into two pieces. These are the new surfaces developed. As a result of these new surfaces, number of free valencies increases from 8 to 12. We know free valencies are responsible for adsorption. More the free valencies, more the adsorption. Therefore, on breaking metal into pieces, surface area increases. As surface area increases, number of free valencies increases. As number of free valencies increases, adsorption increases. Amount of adsorption increases. More adsorption takes place. With increasing, more adsorption takes place with increasing free valencies. Therefore, surface area and amount of adsorption directly proportional to each other. Extent of adsorption. Extent of adsorption. Extent of adsorption x by m directly proportional to surface area of adsorbent. This is important point. Adsorbent is more effective in powder form than that of its compact form. In powdered form, more surface area available for adsorption. That's why adsorbent is more effective in powdered form than in lump form. Porous materials, porous adsorbents are more effective than non-porous adsorbents. In porous materials, the walls of the pores provides more surfaces for adsorption. Hence, porous adsorbents are more effective than non-porous adsorbents. For example, charcoal, silica gel are highly porous-like structures. Silica gel, charcoal are having highly porous-like structures. Hence, they act as very good adsorbents. Now, let us consider charcoal. When charcoal is exposed to air, impurities are adsorbed over charcoal surface. This upon heating to high temperature 623 Kelvin to 1273 Kelvin in vacuum. These impurities are removed from the charcoal surface. And charcoal is free from impurities. Charcoal is free from impurities. Now more surface area available, more surface area ready for adsorption over charcoal after heating. Hence, after heating, charcoal can act as more effective adsorbent than before heating. This process is known as activation of adsorbent. Activation of adsorbent. Activation of adsorbent. Activation of adsorbent. Which means process of increasing of adsorption power of adsorption power of adsorbent. Adsorption power of adsorbent. What is the meaning of activation of adsorbent? It is nothing but it is a process of increasing of adsorption power of adsorbent. Okay. Now, this can be achieved either by heating adsorbent to high temperature in vacuum or by dividing adsorbent into small pieces. In both cases, adsorption power of adsorbent will be increases. That process is known as activation of adsorbent. Okay, this is about the surface area of adsorbent. Next factor, nature of gas. Easily liquefiable gases are more adsorbed than other gases. Liquefying ability of a gas usually expressed in terms of critical temperature. Critical temperature means it is a minimum temperature of a gas above which a gas cannot be liquefied at all, whatever the high pressure applied on it. Such minimum temperature is known as critical temperature. Critical temperature. Liquefying ability of a gas is expressed in terms of critical temperature. Now, suppose critical temperature is more for a given gas. If critical temperature is more for a given gas, it means that gas contains more intermolecular forces because critical temperature direct measure for intermolecular forces of a gas. Therefore, higher the critical temperature, higher will be intermolecular forces. As intermolecular forces increases, attractions between molecules will be more. Therefore, gas will liquefy easily. As intermolecular forces increases, liquefying ability of a gas increases. Liquefying ability of a gas will be increases. Means gas liquefies easily. As gas liquefies easily, that gas easily adsorbed over adsorbent surface. Hence, more adsorption takes place. Adsorption will be more. Therefore, amount of adsorption under critical temperature directly proportional to each other. Therefore, extent of adsorption x by m directly proportional to critical temperature critical temperature This is very important point. For objective point of view, this is very important. Now, gas. Assume three gases H2, CH4, SO2. 33 Kelvin is the critical temperature of H2 gas. 190 Kelvin is the critical temperature of methane gas. 630 Kelvin is the critical temperature of SO2 gas. Therefore, critical temperatures hydrogen to sulfur dioxide increases. As critical temperature increases, extent of adsorption also increases. Extent of adsorption also increases. Therefore, amount of adsorption hydrogen to SO2 increases because of increase in their critical temperatures. Therefore, here SO2 more adsorbed than that of methane. Methane more adsorbed than that of H2. Okay, this is about nature of gas. Now we see fourth factor, temperature. But this heading, we'll see how temperature will affect physical adsorption, how temperature will affect chemical adsorption. We'll discuss under this heading. This is a reversible process, reversible physical adsorption, reversible process. Therefore, this discussion about physical adsorption. Yeah, gas, when gas sticks to the adsorbent surface, adsorption takes place. We know adsorption is exothermic, heat is released. Okay. Now, this is forward reaction. In forward reaction, exo takes place, exothermic, heat is released. Adsorption, gas sticks to the adsorbent surface and adsorption takes place. That's why forward reaction, adsorption takes place. In backward reaction, when we supply certain amount of heat, these gas molecules are detached, removed from the adsorbent surface. Then these two separate out. This process is desorption. During desorption, heat is absorbed. That's why backward reaction is endo. Okay. Now, if temperature is low, when we maintain low temperature, here we'll see about Le-Chatelier principle. If equilibrium system is subjected to stress, then equilibrium tries to relieve from that applied stress. If equilibrium is subjected to stress, then equilibrium tries to relieve from that applied stress. Here, when we decrease temperature, system tries to increase temperature. For that increasing temperature, heat should be released out. Here, heat releasing process exo. Where exo takes place? In forward reaction. So, low temperature favors exothermic reaction. Here, exothermic reaction is forward reaction. In forward reaction, adsorption phenomena takes place. Adsorption phenomena takes place. Therefore, low temperatures favors adsorption. Okay. Now, when we maintain high temperature, system tries to decrease temperature. For that, heat should be absorbed. Heat absorbing means endo. Here, endothermic reaction is backward reaction. So, high temperature favors endothermic reaction. Here, endo is backward. When backward reaction takes place, desorption takes place. Therefore, under high temperature conditions, desorption phenomena takes place. Therefore, low temperature favors adsorption, high temperature favors desorption, which means when we maintain low temperature, adsorption takes place. When temperature increasing, desorption takes place. This fact clears from this graph. First we will see what is this graph. Here, this graph related to physical adsorption. Okay, this only. This is graph drawn between amount of adsorption and temperature at constant pressure. That's why it is called isomer. This is also graph drawn between x by m, amount of adsorption, and the temperature at constant pressure. This is also isomer. These two related to adsorption phenomena. This related to physical adsorption, this related to chemical adsorption. Therefore, these two related to adsorption, that's why adsorption isomers. Okay. In case of physical adsorption, when temperature increases, amount of adsorption decreases. As temperature increases, amount of adsorption decreases in case of physical adsorption. That clears from this discussion. One more thing. In case of physical adsorption, adsorbate molecules are attached to adsorbent surface through weak van der Waals forces. As temperature increases, these van der Waals forces break down. Therefore, adsorbate molecules separate out from adsorbent. Therefore, amount of adsorption becomes less. As temperature increases, van der Waals forces between adsorbate and adsorbent breaks down, adsorption becomes less. Okay, this is about physical adsorption. As temperature increases, amount of adsorption decreases gradually. Okay, come to chemisorption. In chemisorption, amount of adsorption initially increases, later on decreases. Okay, now you will see why here initial increase, later decrease we will see. You know, during chemical adsorption, adsorbate molecules are sticking to the adsorbent surface through chemical bonds. Therefore, chemisorption is chemical reaction. We know the rate of chemical reaction increases with increasing temperature, because as temperature increases, more molecules will get activation energy. Therefore, chemical reaction speed up. Here, our chemisorption is a chemical reaction. As we increase temperature, more chemical adsorption takes place, because chemical adsorption is a chemical reaction. As we increase temperature, chemical adsorption will increases. Therefore, amount of adsorption increases. During this, more bonds are formed between adsorbate and adsorbent surfaces. After this particular temperature, if we increase temperature further, that increased temperature causes the breaking of these bonds, then adsorbate molecules removed from the adsorbent surface, which means desorption takes place. That's why amount of adsorption decreases after this particular temperature. Okay, here very simple way. Initially, increased temperature causes the making of bonds, between adsorbate and adsorbent. Therefore, amount of adsorption increases. Afterwards, increase in temperature causes the breaking of bonds, desorption takes place. Okay, this is about chemisorption. Here, these two graphs are different. In case of physical adsorption, amount of adsorption decreases with the increasing temperature. In case of chemical adsorption, amount of adsorption initially increases, later on decreases with increasing temperature. Okay, this is the basic difference between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Based on this difference, we can distinguish chemical adsorption from physical adsorption. Therefore, what is the use of these adsorption isobars? These adsorption isobars are used to distinguish chemical adsorption from physical adsorption. Physical adsorption. This is very important point. Very important point for us. Okay. Now, our last factor, pressure of adsorbate gas. How pressure will affect the extent of adsorption, we will discuss under this heading. Yeah, physical adsorption is a reversible process. When a gas adsorbed over adsorbent surface, adsorption takes place, heat is liberated. Therefore, in forward reaction, adsorption takes place. What happens to the number of moles of gas? This gas attached to the adsorbent surface, therefore, amount of free gas decreases in forward direction. Therefore, number of moles of gas becomes less during forward reaction. Number of moles of gas decreases and adsorption takes place. In backward reaction, this gas separated from the adsorbent surface and this separated gas free, therefore amount of free gas increases, therefore number of moles of gas is more in backward reaction. Here desorption takes place. Okay. Now we will see the effect of pressure over this equilibrium, this physical equilibrium. Effect of pressure over this physical equilibrium. Suppose if pressure is more, then system tries to decrease pressure. To decrease pressure, number of moles of gas should be decreased. Here, moles decreasing process is forward reaction. When forward reaction takes place, adsorption takes place. Adsorption takes place. Adsorption takes place. Therefore, high pressure favors adsorption. Suppose pressure is low, then system tries to increase pressure. Further, number of moles should be increased. Number of moles are increasing in backward direction, backward reaction. Therefore, desorption takes place. Desorption takes place. Desorption takes place. Therefore, low pressure favors desorption, high pressure favors adsorption. If pressure is low, desorption very quickly takes place. Rate of desorption will be more. That time, adsorption is less. As pressure increases, rate of desorption decreases. At the same time, rate of adsorption increases. At a certain pressure, rate of desorption exactly equals to rate of adsorption. Rate of desorption, rate of adsorption equals to each other. Then physical adsorption is said to be at equilibrium. Then physical adsorption reaches to the equilibrium. After reaching equilibrium, there is no net adsorption, even though we are increasing pressure. This can be observed here. This thing can be observed from this graph. See here. As pressure increases, amount of adsorption increases. X by m, amount of adsorption, which is directly proportional to pressure. This we discussed again. As pressure increases, adsorption increases. Same point will clear from this graph. As pressure increases, amount of adsorption increases. This trend up to this particular pressure. When pressure reaches to this particular value, adsorption reaches to equilibrium. Therefore, afterwards, even though we are increasing pressure, there is no change in the amount of adsorption. Means adsorption process reaches to equilibrium. So the pressure at which amount of adsorption remains constant, that pressure is said to be equilibrium pressure or saturated pressure. What is equilibrium pressure? It is a pressure after which there is no net adsorption. Otherwise, after which amount of adsorption remains constant. Such pressure is said to be equilibrium pressure. It is also called as saturated pressure. Why? Because when pressure increases to this particular value, adsorption process is saturated, means it reaches to equilibrium. Afterwards, no more adsorption. Therefore, this particular pressure is said to be saturated pressure. After the saturated pressure, whatever the pressure increases, there is no change in the amount of adsorption. So this is about the effect of pressure over physical adsorption. Okay, here this point clear to us. Amount of adsorption increases with pressure until this point, until saturated pressure. Afterwards, amount of adsorption remains constant. In next video, we will discuss about this in detail.